The following is a presentation of Santa Monica College.
Hello everyone and welcome to Santa Monica Fitness. I'm Andres Roman and today we're going to talk about everything that concerns health and fitness here in Santa Monica. Today's episode will be all about Santa Monica College and what they have to offer and what they are doing to help students improve their health and fitness. For instance, did you know that SMC had an amazing swim center right on campus? It is mainly used by the college for the aquatic sports, which include water polo, swimming and diving teams. But they also offer free swim sessions 7 days a week. To find more information about this, go to the web address at the bottom of the screen. Santa Monica College also had a great fitness center. It's not open for public use, but the only requirement for using it is to be enrolled in one unit of physical education class, so it won't put much strain on your time or your wallet. For those of you who are not enrolled at SMC, there are also many community education classes throughout the year that include dance, yoga, Zumba, Pilates, table tennis, and few others. For more information about these courses, go to comment.smc.edu. Today we have a great guest. Our first guest is a nutrition professor at SMC, and she's going to help us understand health and nutrition a little better and why we need to eat certain things. But before that, we thought it would be fun to ask some of our fellow students a few questions about health, nutrition, and fitness. Let's see what they had to say. Do you know what a calorie is?
Yes.
What is it?
I don't want to explain it. Calories. Yeah, sure. I don't know. It's like the Yeah, you did.
It's in food, like
A calorie is the.
Oh,
It's what you get when you eat food. Okay, I don't know the definition.
Exactly, or something that is in the food.
It's a measurement of how much fat you burn.
It's something you eat and it's a number.
Measurement of like the fatness of the food, right? No? Am I wrong? I'm wrong. I don't know.
I don't necessarily know what it is, but I know calories are in foods.
I'm not sure what the definition of a calorie is. I just know it put on weight.
Could be a little wrong, but I feel that's rightish.
Do you exercise?
Somewhat. I guess you could count walking to school and back, carrying heavy art supplies.
Well, I go to the gym, do lifting, squats.
When I had PE in middle school, that was like the last time I did it.
I go to the gym a lot.
I don't do that much exercise.
Walking and
I try to, but I'm just too lazy.
I run.
I usually dance in my room when no one's looking.
I snowboard, surf.
I just walk to school from Bundy.
I walk a lot. I walk everywhere.
I used to play lacrosse too.
Whatever the military makes me do.
Running, yoga.
I run.
You run?
Cycling, Pilates.
I'm fit, so why should I exercise?
Do the bend and reach.
Being on the beach, play frisbee.
Yeah, not as often as I'd like to, but yeah, to do some squats.
No, I'm lazy.
And yeah.
Do you ever think about what you eat?
Yeah, I do. I work at McDonald's. I am an organic, gluten-free, vegan, refined, sugar-free diet.
I usually just eat raw vegetables, fruit, meat.
Wheat toast over white toast.
I think I should.
I do sometimes.
Things that are actual food, you know?
Like if I'm in the moment, I don't really care about what I eat.
I need to. I eat really bad.
When the chicken looks with too much oil.
I buy organic for everything.
It's like nasty food, yeah.
Basically hamburgers.
Diet's like 80%, I think, and I think fitness is like 20%.
You know, cheese, dairy.
If there's like one day I'm eating chips, I'm just like, ugh.
You got the bread, that's your grains.
For a long time, I was vegetarian and vegan.
Lettuce is a vegetable.
Foods, fresh fruits and vegetables for us all the time.
And tomatoes are a fruit.
Why am I eating this? It's so unhealthy.
You got everything on there. Pickles are a fruit too.
Try and stay healthy, drink a lot of water.
I think about what I eat, but I end up like just eating whatever I want.
That was interesting. Those are some great answers. Let's see what the professionals have to say. I would like to welcome our first guest this afternoon. She's a professor at nutrition at SMC, Professor Cynthia Gonzalez. Welcome, Cynthia.
Thank you, Andreas. I'm really happy to be here.
I'm happy you're here. Could you start off by defining a calorie for us?
I can. The definition that I use for calories with the students is a definition that I feel that they can relate to. There is certainly a technical scientific definition, but what I find they relate to best is the idea that a calorie is a unit of measurement, like a cup or a tablespoon, a gram, something like that, and that this unit of measurement is a way that we can express what is the energy potential that is in food sources, the energy that our body needs, and the energy that our body expends, and that all of these are very much related to one another on a daily basis.
Perfect, thank you. So you work at SMC, right?
I do.
For how long have you doing that?
I've been doing that 24 years now.
As a nutritionist or?
As a registered dietitian.
What is your approach to teaching out the health and fitness and nutrition?
My approach is an approach of wellness.
Yeah.
That everything, including nutrition, matters. That balance in life matters, but also as well looking at helping to change paradigms, ways of thinking that have not really worked for persons in the past, whether it's a diet or exercise regimen, but looking at ways at which they may be able to rethink and have a healthier, constructive dialogue, paradigm, if you will, regarding healthier eating patterns that relate to wellness.
So since we are focusing about the students today, how would your approach to teach to get into the state of wellness to the students?
First, we start out by just describing what wellness is, and that each one of us is made up of many facets or dimensions, such as the physical dimension, the social dimension, the emotional dimension, the cognitive dimension, etc. And that all of those dimensions must be in balance in order for an individual to be healthy. We are only as healthy as our weakest dimension. It's just a matter of time if one dimension is weak before the other aspects, other facets of our existence, of our body, begin to also experience weakness. And then we have many facets of our body or our dimensions that are now needing our attention. We may not know they need our attention, and that's the next part of wellness, is awareness. What are those facets? What are they like when they are healthy? What are they like when they are not well? Helping students identify where they might be, assessing where they are with their dimensions and their current wellness.
What do you think, students always have problem getting into the wellness state, and do you think that's because they don't know anything about it, or is it that students don't care anymore?
The students I've experienced in my classes all this time, I really find that they do care. I find that maybe perhaps when they first come in, they're not really certain why they're there. They think that the nutrition class is an important class, but they're not certain yet what part of the class will make sense or resonate with them. I strive really hard in the first 3 weeks or so to find different ways to attract them, to find something that resonates with them. Anything but body weight, weight loss, or the aesthetics of their body. So we look for items that would motivate them that have nothing to do with the exterior, but everything to do with the interior of the body and its workings and your quality of daily life.
Do you think it's because as a student you don't always have the time or the money to do stuff? Do you think that also have something to do with it?
I think potentially it may be a perceived deterrent. However, there are many tips that we can help students with to have wellness on a limited budget. If you don't have a gym membership, if you are having stress, how to get the benefits, reduce the stress on limited time, unlimited budget.
So if you're going to focus more about the students, how would you say they are doing it right now, the wellness part?
I would say from what I see is they start out interested, and as the concepts go on and as their awareness increases, which is a big part of the first stages, is awareness before you can begin to do anything about how you eat or becoming more active or managing your stress. You have to be aware. So what I see is that students are increasing their awareness and as a result their desire to learn more and to try and figure out how they can utilize more in their daily life.
Do you think this social media has any effect with this?
In what regard?
Let's say Instagram is super big right now. A lot of people are trying to post pictures about the diet and how they're living the lifestyles. Do you think that's affecting people?
I believe social media has many benefits, and in some regard it can be a double-edged sword. While some people can post beautiful pictures of healthy food that they're having, and they can post pictures of a hike that they're taking, really healthy, balanced ways of achieving wellness. There's a flip side to that, and we see some of the extremes where people are posting unreasonable body types, very limited diets, if you will, that are not going to be realistic for our population, our student population as a whole.
Yeah. Also, students always have they always have a test and all coming up and all the quizzes up. Do you think exercising or training will help performing in school?
Absolutely, absolutely. The idea here is that everyone has to start from somewhere, and so I try to prevent students from thinking that it's got to be something that is really physically, really hard, really painful in order to get any kind of benefit. Mm-hmm. There is a tremendous amount of benefit from just beginning to move the body, whether it's 10 minutes 3 times a week, and then slowly building up your confidence to 15 minutes 3 times a week. And the benefit in that, especially when a student is having stress, exams, and stressors outside of school, is that stress, whether it's a real or perceived stressor, it makes no difference. The biochemistry, the fight or flight biochemistry of the body is very real for that person. And it's a biochemistry that was meant for you to fight or run away from danger. That's probably not the appropriate response in the classroom during the exam. So therefore, what a student should think of is, all right, so I'm feeling stressed. I need to spend the biochemistry. I will park further away. I will walk to my car knowing that I am getting a benefit, a stress-reducing benefit.
Yeah.
And
so before I let you go, could you just tell us your best advice for students to get better at this?
I would really say it's a very fundamental core piece of advice that comes before everything else that we've stated, and that is, do not underestimate the value of 7 to 8 hours of sleep, regardless of how young or old you think you are. Sleep is extremely restorative. The lack of sleep is a stressor to the body. So
yes.
Get your sleep and get your, I'd say the next thing is, I would say, is make sure you're getting all of your hydration through water every day.
Perfect. Thank you so much,
You are
Cynthia.
very welcome.
That's a lot of very good advice. But I know some people want to really cut off the pounds and get good health. If that sounds like you, then you need to start exercising too. There are many ways to exercise. You can try to go to the gym, or can play sports like volleyball or do yoga. Those are things that takes time that you may not have. But I'm going to show you 3 simple exercises you can do at home in front of your TV without any special tools. So you'll have no excuse. Take a look at these. Okay, welcome guys. Today I'm going to show you my top 3 exercises you can do at home in front of your TV. They look great for your abs, arms and legs to get that full body. The first exercise I'm going to show you is called plank. It's very simple. All you have to do is get down on your belly, keep your elbows down. Don't keep them together because then you're going to get away the feeling on your shoulders. You're going to get it like this, and up with your butt, contracting everything from down, from your hamstring up to your glutes, the quads, abs, the lower back, so the entire core is working. Also the delts and arms. So keep up, squeezing up and keeping a straight line. You don't want to do like this or that. Keep it boom, right there. And contracting it for 1 minute if you can. If that's too easy for you, you can move your elbows even further away, which makes it more difficult for your abs. The next exercise I'm going to show you is for the abs, the glutes, and the hamstrings. It's called a lunge. All you have to do is take a step forward, go down, and squeeze up. Really squeeze the back of your leg, the glutes and the hamstrings. Keep your chest and your abs contracted up and squeeze up. If it's too easy, go down, go for a twist to each side, and back up. If that's too easy for you, you can do jumping instead. What you got to do then? Go down, then you jump. Either you go like this and go down, or just keep going. Just keep going until you can't do more. The last exercise I'm going to show you is very regular, just a push-up. What I do is keep your arms in a shoulder width. Just go down and up. Really focus on keeping your core contracted all the time. The same with your glutes. So you keep in a good form. So go down and up. You can do this in very different ways. You can do tie clips, a diamond form. You do like this with your hands. Place it down and go down and up. Down and up. That's going to work your triceps a bit more. Or you can do a bit wider. Go down and up. It's going to involve the back, the upper back of the delts, also your chest and shoulders. Or you can move it closer to your body, go like this. And you go here, down and up. It's gonna be more for your abs and also your triceps and chest. I hope this exercise will help you out to get a much leaner body back at home in front of the TV. It can take you max like 5 minutes. You're really gonna feel it. Thank you for watching. Next time I'm gonna show you 3 more exercises you can do at the gym. Those are some great moves. You should give it a try right now. What you eat is important too. Getting the calories in is not a problem. But what people tend to forget is that we need vitamins and minerals as well. And sadly, we don't find that in cookies. So for this weekly tip, I'm going to show you my personal favorite. Spinach. Spinach has superfood, loaded with tons of nutrients in a low-calorie package. Dark leafy greens, like spinach, is important for your skin and hair, providing protein, iron, vitamins A through C, and minerals such as magnesium. The possible health benefits of consuming spinach included improving blood glucose, controlling diabetics, lowering the risk of cancer, lowering the blood pressure, improving bone health, lowering the risk of developing asthma, and so much more. It's just stupid not to eat it. So what can you add spinach to? Why not make a tasty salad or boil it in a nice bowl of soup? Or why not throw it in a smoothie? Matter of fact, I'm going to show you how to make a delicious smoothie right now. For this smoothie, all you need is the spinach, of course, milk, some berries, whatever berries you like, 1 banana, medium-sized banana, and oats, just to get the extra fiber and the carbs, and protein, because everyone needs protein. So you're going to start by adding the spinach, getting your berries, adding the banana, protein, oats, and finally 1 cup of milk. And then you just mix it up. See how it tastes. Delicious. While I'm finished drinking this, I'm going to show you a great video of me taking one of my first yoga classes at SMC last week. And afterwards, we're speaking with our yoga instructor, Karen Hunter. Let's take a look at it.
Step the right foot up by your hands. Inhale, come up into crescent. Just stay on your left toes, come up into crescent. Close your eyes. So see where your breath is now. That was a struggle, right? See how your heart rate elevated. So the right leg's going to go all the way around, if you can, to the inside of your left lower part of your leg. Sit down and have both hip points facing straight ahead. Back into downward facing dog. And on an inhale, lift your left leg up. Hold the left foot toward your face. So you have a strong lift in the leg. Left heel reaches back to the wall behind you. Lightly bring the left foot up by your hands. Turn onto your left heel, come up into warrior one. Interlock your hands behind you. If you can, if you need a strap, grab a strap. So inhale, lift up. Exhale, fold it over, humble warrior. Keep that right hip in underneath you. Okay, so come out of this side. Make your way back to lying on your back. We're going to come into happy baby. Grabbing the outsides of the bottoms of your feet. The soles of the feet go up toward the ceiling. So what we want to try to do is keep the tail. Keep that tail going down, but that's not happening. Over time, practice. Watch the tracking of your right knee, that it stays over your ankle, and don't move the toes. We'll ask Andreas what he thought this class would be like.
A lot easier than it was. It's really hard to keep the poses. I really could feel my legs like stretching and really shaking all the time. Especially when you really nagged me to get into poses.
Nagged you?
It was painfully, which I'm not used to train. So it was a cool experience to try. I enjoyed it. It didn't seem like on camera maybe. It's nice. It's always nice to try different things in fitness and health and try to see what different environments does to yoga and stuff. So
Okay.
it's interesting.
Are you usually weight training?
Yeah.
Any other athletic
I
endeavors?
used to play hockey, so I had more flexibility back in the days, but when I stopped doing that, it's not as good anymore.
Okay.
Since we're focusing on students, how has this helped you as a student with like doing yoga? Does that help you study-wise as well, or is it just for your body?
That's a really good question. Like I said, I think that this class, and yoga in general, has helped me understand that more, because in my studies, for example, even if I think that I've studied really well for a test and I get like an A on it, I still could have gotten a point or two more. I still could have studied more. I still could have not hung out with my friends that one day, and I could have stayed home and studied, or just everything else. There's a core that relates to everything else in my life, I think. So that's basically it. You can always do more. Like no excuses. You can always push a little bit more.
I just finished the yoga session and it was a lot harder than I expected it to be. My legs were shaking all the time and it was hard. A lot harder than I expected it to be. So I can really try yoga and see how tough you are.
Now let's welcome to the show my yoga instructor, Karen Hunter. Welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you.
So first of all, can you describe your philosophy of yoga?
Basically, in the most simple way, I'll say yoga is the stilling of the mind. And especially today, the mind travels. The mind travels to the past, travels to the future, but how can we have the mind be present right now in what we're doing every day? And then add into it asanas, which is the body and the postures, what you went through. Mm-hmm. the other day.
Do you think it is important for students to do yoga?
I think it's really important for students to do yoga, especially, I'll say especially nowadays because of Twitter, Facebook, all that. Like your society is just, everything's fast, fast, fast. And how can you really be present and slow it down, slow your breathing down so that you can think more clearly? And even I think when it comes to taking exams, if I can get the students to slow down, take a breath, I say this to them all the time, take a breath if you're taking an exam, slow your thinking process down, and then write, and then have a thought process.
So pretty much the breathing is kind of the most important thing. How can you apply that to students even more, or in life even?
Well, I think one way when I think about the breathing, first off, we never really think about it. I mean, how many times today have you thought about your breath?
Well, never.
So, and how about when somebody scares you and you go,
really trying to catch my breath.
Right, you stop breathing. So when you stop breathing, then are you thinking? You're not thinking.
No.
So one of the most important things is to slow some of the body functions down when we do yoga. If you slow the breathing down, slow your thought process down, be present in the exact moment of what you're doing, and then take that out of the yoga room. Take it to your exams, take it to your home life, take it to even when you're driving your car.
Mm. So that's some benefits, but what else, other benefits are there for doing yoga?
Okay, the exercise in itself when you practice the asanas, because students you start your day like this, and then you're on your phone, and then you're watching TV, and then you're studying, and then you're on your computer, and before you know it, you're in this rounded position. So in yoga, we try to work a lot with the spine to back bend it, side bend it, forward bend it, make the spine more flexible, let your body exercise. I mean, how many times do most students get to exercise? And they get a credit for it at Santa Monica College. Mm-hmm. So you can come to class and de-stress and get credit.
If you don't have the opportunity to do a yoga class at school or at home, what could you do at home yourself for maybe 10-15 minutes?
You can go online and look at something. You could watch a video, or you can have some kind of a practice that maybe you took a class or you read something, and you can practice that even at home. If you can breathe, you can do yoga. You can do different kinds, but if you can sit for even just 5 minutes and be aware of your inhale or your exhale, do some stretching, you can come up with ideas that will make you feel at the end of those few minutes a little more refreshed.
So pretty much everyone should do yoga. Even though they don't have the time, they should just commit 15 minutes to it at home.
Well, if you ask me, yes, everyone should do yoga, but there's different kinds of yoga. So there's something that, the kind of yoga you might like might be the power yoga. The kind of yoga I might really enjoy is something that slows me down a little bit more, but still works on my strength. But you might enjoy like the handstands and the really complicated asanas, because that would make you feel happy with what you're doing, or make you feel that you're going to the next level, where someone else might want to do maybe a Kundalini yoga, where they're just going inside, working on complete breath work. So there is something for everyone, and there's so many ways to find it. Magazines, internet, come to a class, watch a class, take a class.
That's true. Thank you so much for joining us today, and thank you so much for letting me be a part of your class one day. It was super good.
Okay, you have to come back.
I will. Well, that's it for our show this week. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you learned something new today. I know I have. Next week, we'll be talking even more about how to get in shape with different activities here in sunny Santa Monica, like rollerblading, hiking, and much more. I'm Andres Roman, and thank you for watching Santa Monica Fitness. Until next time.